So, the other day, I was talking about declarations, and it was pointed out to me by one of my very learned legal scholar friends that a declaration allows for lying by way of omission by which no honorable man would ever use such a means. And there were people trying to jump to the defense of a declaration. I just thought it was really funny because they're trying to justify using it. A declaration, again, allows for lying by way of omission. So I need you guys to go look up what the word omission means, okay? And why, when you see people utilizing declarations in court proceedings, why you should quickly and staunchly object to them, okay? And remove them from the court case jacket. Because, again, a declaration allows lying by way of omission, all right? And no honorable court or honorable man would allow a declaration to be utilized in a court where we are trying to establish the facts, all right? So people are like, well, how would it allow you to lie by omission if you're making a declaration? Well, let's see. We could say in a declaration that I was on the scene, but I didn't necessarily see anything, okay? Well, if I was on the scene and I didn't see anything that may have been beneficial to either party, doesn't mean that I may not have heard something that may be relevant that I'm omitting or leaving out in my declaration. Do you see how damning that could be to somebody in a case? So a declaration allows lying by way of omission. All right? Let's think of another scenario where a declaration might not be so beneficial. Let's say there's two kids, Peter and Paul, and they've been instructed to stay out of the cookie jar. Peter makes a statement, a declaration that says, Paul got into the cookie jar and got cookies. Well, by Peter's, let's see, I think I start out with Paul. Paul gets in there and says, Peter got cookies out of the cookie jar. But what Paul left out by omission was the fact that Peter, not only did he grab multiple cookies, but Peter also gave Paul a couple of those cookies. You see how that declaration allows for lying by omission, and Paul doesn't want to get in trouble for partaking in the eating of the cookies, yet he's willing to make a declaration that Peter got into the cookie jar and grabbed a couple cookies. And so he's being omissive about his active participation in consuming some of those cookies. That's why my very learned friend, who I'm so thankful for, I've got a bunch of brilliant lawyers and legal scholar friends that are either no longer involved in the practice or whatever, are continuing to show me things that I find really interesting that I don't hear anybody else talking about online. And so here's food for thought for you. When you see a declaration in a court, I'm going to move to strike that declaration or move towards discovery so we can get down to the brass taxes of things, because a declaration allows for lying by way of omission. Thanks for joining me. I hope this helps you guys out. Be doing another video here real soon. I promised Miguel. I got a little ill in the last couple days. Some upper sinus inflammation and a little bit of a cough and a raspy sore throat. I am going to do a video probably later on tonight that pertains to human trafficking and the CPS. And I told this woman that I would do it for her. I'm going to omit her name or leave her name out of it. This video will be for her, but everybody gets to benefit from it. She's done a phenomenal job of asserting her rights, and so I'm going to give her some information that will benefit all of you. And I'm going to go ahead and do that freely on this public forum known as Facebook. So stay tuned. Maybe later on this evening or first thing in the morning, I will get that done. I'm brewing my first pot of coffee, trying to get my voice back. So again, declaration should send up a red flag immediately. A declaration allows for lying by omission, which no honorable man would use that device or mechanism in an honorable situation. All right. So if you see a declaration being made, we want to move for discovery. We want interrogatories. We want depositions. We want to get to the bottom of the brass taxes, ladies and gentlemen. Leave no stone unturned. And we want what is true, correct, and not misleading. All right. Remember, the word truth is nothing more than an opinion. What is true, correct, and not misleading is opposite of what the truth is, okay? Truth could be attributed to a belief or lack of knowledge or fabrication of something by way of opinion. So it's important to understand these things and comprehend them. So again, declaration allows for lying by way of omission, and that should be a red flag to you. Thanks for joining me. We'll talk to you real soon. Leave your comments in the comment section down below. Sometimes I read them, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I comment to them, sometimes I don't. But nevertheless, we have a bunch of brilliant people that follow me and jump into the comment section and leave great information for you guys. So thanks again for all your support. Look forward to talking to you soon here in the wee hours of the morning or later this evening yet. And we'll be talking about CPS, human trafficking, child trafficking, the trafficking of chattel, paper, birth certificate, what children actually means or child means versus offspring or kid or infant. All right. And we're going to go into some of that this evening or first thing in the morning. So thanks again for all your support. Love and cherish and appreciate each and every one of you. Keep up the good fight. Keep your head up. Keep your shit wired tight. Your head on a swivel. Remember, you are the cause and effect of the positive change that you wish to see in tomorrow. All right. So with that said, we'll talk to you guys a little bit later. Thanks.